Hello everyone. How you all doing today? I hope you all doing good. This Wednesday, happy Wednesday. So I'm here to read the Course in Miracles lesson. Yesterday I was reading lesson 202, and all these lessons that I'm reading now, they have a review. A common idea. Yeah, that one idea that you always keep in your mind, along with the other one that I read. Yeah, for the day. I'm not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. And this idea is so important. And you know why? Because practicing this idea, I started realizing many things that even like knowing the truth, I still believe that I am a body. You know why? When, for example, it comes to uh, taking a medication, for example, yeah, or believing in some way that this body can be healed by any other physical means, yeah, or like when I have food, so I believe that I cannot live without this. Actually, uh, you know what? History knows people who were living even without food, yeah, and they were healed even without any other like uh, physical thing, yeah, from this world. But anyway, you're still gonna do all those things that you need to, right? You're gonna feed this body, you're gonna give shelter, you're gonna give a roof, yeah, under your, above your head, yeah. But anyway, you just take it differently. You do not focus on this. You know that you are sustained by the love of God, yeah? And all these things, uh, they're just side things. I have no idea how to describe this with the right words, because words are just symbols, right? And they also have double meaning. And I'm like carefully trying to choose the words. But anyway, I hope you got this idea that it doesn't mean that you're gonna starve yourself to death, yeah, or you're not taking any medications. It means that Holy Spirit uses everything in this physical world, yeah, to heal your mind. But you just change your perception. You just no longer believe that this is the only means that can help you, right? Or this is the only means that you can use to get healthy, for example, yeah? So you just know that there are other ways and means and ways, yeah, for you to get what you want, yeah? And all those ways are in God. They can be found in God, yeah? So that's the only thing that you do, yeah? You remember the truth. And what is forgiveness? Forgiveness is to remember, right? To remember that nothing happened, yeah? That these people are not real, they're just your projections, yeah? And they are just showing you your inner world, your inner beliefs that you may still have, right? That's really great idea to practice. I believe it's like it's opening to me like a onion peeling, yeah, layer by layer, so you will get more and more. And yesterday's idea I was reading was I will be still an instant and go home. Just an instant, yeah. You need to be still just an instant, yeah, and go home. You have no need to go to the outside world to find the solution of your problems, right? You already have the solution and it's in you, right? You go inside and you do this inner work and you find that peace that you always wanted, right? And it looks like you are in your own bubble when you are in the society, yeah, like the thing you are doing, yeah, with the Course in Miracles lessons, but actually you are just doing your inner work, right? You are working on your reactions, right? You You never react the same way like you did before, right? At least I am watching myself doing this, right? And that's exactly step by step what you are doing when you are reaching home, right? You are going home. And I'm gonna read real quick the previous lesson. Why would I choose to stay an instant more where I do not belong? It's like, if I don't belong here, why would I stay here even more? And again, it's not about your body. That I heard people saying that it's not a good word, and I'm not quite sure if I can say this word on YouTube. Yeah, like suicide word. Yeah, but when people like cease themselves to exist, yeah, and they believe that if they are no longer existing in this world, yeah, physically, they just stop this circle, yeah, but actually you better not kill yourself, right? Because you're gonna have the same problems in your next lifetime, right? Believe me. um, I believe this because even when you change places, yeah, like, oh, I thought like, yeah, if I go to another place, it's gonna be better for me. Believe me, you're gonna have the same problems in a different place. What does it mean? It means that you need to forgive them. You have no other way around to heal your mind, right? You're gonna like uh, waste your time trying to find some places or some people who can probably bring you what you want, but they do not. And when once you realize that actually, you know what, I'm tired of looking for these things in this physical world, and I think that I can go practice this idea and I can go inside, yeah, and see the world through Holy Spirit's eyes, right? How does he see the world? He sees everything that you see, actually, right? But he sees it differently. He sees no sin, yeah? He sees only light and no enemies. And the previous lesson I said it means only friends. And again, it's just the flip of the coin, yeah? Like ego using it as well, like the labels we give, yeah, to everything around us. And probably it would be better to say that not enemies or friends, yeah, just the the thing that you realize that no labels, yeah, no hate, yeah, only love. How would you describe your brothers, yeah? Course in Miracles using this word brother. If you know only love, yeah, how would you call them? How would you name them? Would you name them your enemies? Would you name your friends? Yeah, actually, it doesn't matter. Again, it's about the change of your perception, how you see things. Yeah, so Holy Spirit does not see any enemies, any like sins. Yeah, he sees only light, and he sees that it's like it's just a game, right? Nothing even happened. Can you imagine? Nothing happened. In the perspective of the Course in Miracles, yeah, and Holy Spirit, like nothing happened. Why? Because when you watch the movie, yeah, nothing happened in real world, right? In real world, yeah. Um, but you still watch this movie, right? You still enjoy watching this movie, or you may even suffer watching that movie, right? The same thing can be applied to your life, like when you are living your life, when you are struggling, or when you are suffering, or even when you are like having fun, yeah, or enjoying your life, wherever. All the sides of one coin, right? You just remember that you are watching the movie. That's how Holy Spirit sees everything. And that's what you are doing when you remember that you don't belong in this world. Again, it Doesn't mean that you need to stop existing in this physical world, right? You just overlook the body, you just overlook physical objects, yeah? You are able to see beyond them. That's what it is about, right? When God Himself has given me His voice to call me home, home is actually here, right? You're in your part of mind where your higher self is, right? Of course, Miracles also advise that you can imagine a door that you open and you find peace there, right? You know what? Actually, it helps. You need to have some ritual, yeah, kind of. So you do in your mind, and every time when you need peace, so you imagine this door, yeah, in your mind where you can go at any time, right? And you go there and you find peace, right? And again, like I said before, it looks like you are in your own bubble, yeah, when you are in a society practicing this idea. But yeah, it's better if you react like you did before with the ego, right? It's better, I believe, right? If we compare things, yeah. Again, if we compare the reaction we had with the ego and with the Holy Spirit, it's better to stay in your bubble, yeah, and to practice this idea. Alright, and now it's time for me to go to read the next lesson, lesson 203. Again, we have this one idea, yeah, that we practice along the other idea for the day. I'm not a body, I'm free, for I am still as God created me. It means I have all the gifts that God gave to me. And again, this is about the thing that people are trying to manifest everything that they want. How can I manifest something if I already have everything? Have I ever thought of that this way? Like, I'm still as God created me. It means I already have everything what I want. I just focus on that things that I want. I don't focus on something that I don't want. I focus on what I want. I focus on peace. I focus on healing. I focus on happiness, right? That's what I want. Okay, I call upon God's name and on my own. That lesson actually said that you are the part of God. And every time when you are praying, probably, yeah, you are directing your words to God. You just remember that you are directing this not into the outside world, right? You are directing this word into your inside world, right? Into your mind. You go inside again, right? And when you pray, you no longer like beg for something, yeah, or ask God to do something for you, yeah, or God do me a favor, please, yeah, nothing like that. You are just being grateful for everything that you already have, right? And if you are dealing with some difficult situations, yeah, you just bring them to Him, to His light. That's what you are doing when you are praying. I believe so. I practice this because before I met the Course in Miracles, when I was trying to pray, yeah, because my mother is coming from religious place, yeah, that's why that was my background. When I was trying to pray, yeah, to God, I was asking Him, yeah, to give me something that I wanted, and it never worked. You know, like I never had any relationship with God because I believed He never answered me, right? Because I was constantly only asking, yeah, but I forgot that I already had everything that I wanted. I just forgot. And now I remember about this, right? Now I remember that I already have everything that I want. How can I ask for something if I already have everything? And if you are dealing with something, yeah, that you don't want, you just bring this to the Holy Spirit's light, to God, yeah. And this kind of altar, Course in Miracles uses this word as well, like altar, yeah. You just have this altar like the door or the altar, yeah, you can have this altar behind that door, yeah, where you come to that place, and that's your peace, that's your inner peace. You can find it any time, right? And at that altar, you can imagine that you bring all your problems to that altar, right? You lay them down and you tell God, like, Father, I just have all of these things, yeah? I have no idea what to do with them, yeah? Here they are, please help me, right? And you just let them go. By doing this, you just let them go, right? And you are focusing on something that you already have, yeah? You are being grateful for everything that you have, right? Even if you don't see it yet, yeah, with your physical eyes. That's what you are doing when you are praying, I believe, yeah? At least it's better version than I knew before. All right, so, and I call upon God's name and on my own. That's what you do when you pray to God, yeah? You are actually talking to the part of your own mind. Can you imagine? Can you deny blessings to yourself? I don't think so. But actually, that was the other thing in Course in Miracles mentioned, right? You already have, you always do have blessing of your Father, right? God. But you do need to let yourself have your own blessing. That's why when you bless the world, you bless yourself, right? That's why you need to do that. And sometimes it's so difficult to do, yeah, to bless the world, because the world, right? We made up. How can I bless it, right? How can I bless the worries happening in the world? How can I bless the suffering happening in the world, yeah? But if I see it, I focused on something that ego tells me, right? And when I go to the opposite side, yeah, to the other part of my mind, and I ask Holy Spirit to show me how He sees the world. He sees the world like the tool, yeah, He can use for forgiveness, yeah. And like I said before, like a movie, right? And also He sees light. He sees everyone like a part of God, right? And again, it depends on whom you look with, yeah. If you look with the ego at this world, so you see only suffering, only darkness, right? But if you choose Holy Spirit to see with, yeah, you see the light, you see people around you like like Jesus Christ, yeah. You see everything completely differently, and you see God in all of people, yeah, around you, all of your brothers. So, and again, God has nothing to do with this world, right? And that's true. But we are the part of God, right? And again, it's up to you to choose. Whom do you choose to see with, yeah, to look with? Do you choose ego? Yeah, and when you choose ego, you see only darkness again, yeah? And when you choose Holy Spirit, you see light, right? And I always try also to practice this idea that the world is friendly, the world is kind to me, right? Especially when I don't see it. So yeah, and maybe it can look like you are being delusional, yeah, or you. But here's the saying for that, right? You fake it until you make it, right? And again, you focus on something that you want. I'd rather focus on something that I want than to focus on something that I don't want, right? And to go deeper and deeper into something that I don't even want, right? I'd rather to focus on something that I want. And again, it doesn't mean that we ignore the reality, yeah? The cold sign, because we know what is reality, yeah? What reality is. So, it means that we look at this world, yeah, we look at this reality, yeah, and we see it differently, right? we see through the Holy Spirit's eyes. That's what we are doing. And believe me, it's a completely different experience. Alright, I call upon God's name and on my own. The name of God is my deliverance from every thought of evil and of sin, because it is my own as well as His. So if sin is real, it means God is not real, right? So, and again, it's up to you what you choose, right? Do you choose evil or sin or ego, yeah? Or you choose God, light, and happiness, right? I'm not a body, I'm free, for I am still as God created me. Again, this idea is in here to practice, right? And yeah, I just wanna end this today's video with these words, like, believe me, it's easy when you speak about this. At least it's easier, yeah, when you just use your words, yeah, to describe what you are practicing. But when it comes to real practice, yeah, when something happens and you need to apply this idea, that's sometimes, yeah, not all the time, not easy, right? Not easy, because we are still living in the bodies, right? And we are programmed to think differently, right? And you always can use this phrase also, like, God thinks differently, yeah? If I think like this, but it means God thinks differently, right? Do I want to be on this side or on the other one, right, where I'm happy? And again, I mentioned this thought also before, like, for example, if a Course in Miracles says that I trust my brothers, so you might probably have this thought, like, I don't trust my brothers, yeah, according to my previous experience. And again, you just bring this thought to the Holy Spirit's light. Yeah, Holy Spirit, you're saying that I trust my brothers, but actually I don't, yeah? And Holy Spirit using it, yeah, using it to heal your mind, yeah? Because that's exactly the reason why we need to practice these ideas, because we think completely differently, right? For example, if we go to the previous lesson, even like lesson 201, yeah, it says, I trust my brothers who are one with me. Do you trust your brothers? When I was reading that lesson, I was like, do I trust my brothers? I don't think so, yeah? According again to my past experience, yeah? But I bring this fear to the Holy Spirit light, yeah? And I ask Him for help, right? Holy Spirit, please help me. That's why we practice these ideas. It looks to me like more like affirmation thing, yeah? But again, it's the thing that you choose to focus on. I reached that point where I got just tired, so tired that I was following the ego thought system, yeah, that it never worked out well for me. That's why I'm given a chance to practice these ideas, because I know that I was trying to find the solution in this physical world so many times, and it never worked, right? That's why when I read this lesson, for example, I trust my brothers who are one with me, right? I'm getting closer and closer to the point where I do trust my brothers, yeah? Where I choose to trust my brothers, right? Because it's always about your decision you make, yeah? It's always about your choice you make. That's why you just choose again, right? You just choose again. Alright, that's the idea for today. I call upon God's name and on my own, yeah, because you are part of God. I'm part of God. We are all one, yeah. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching my videos. If you are, have a great day practicing today's idea, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.